What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Kith collaboration with Nike on the Air Force 1 Low in the Tokyo colorway. Today's video is sponsored by AlphaDog. AlphaDog is an Italian-based streetwear label and they take pride in the fact that the majority of the products are actually manufactured in Italy. A lot of their styles are really cutting edge with a techwear twist to them, and right now for orders over €100, they're offering free express shipping. And in addition to that, for my viewers only, if you guys use the code SEANGO at checkout, you'll get an additional 10% off your entire order on your first purchase. So I'll add their website, their Instagram, all that good stuff down below. Be sure to check them out. I'm personally very excited. I put in an order yesterday and I can't wait to see how I incorporate their clothing with my shoes. So again, the company name is AlphaDog. Links are down below. Be sure to check them out and show them some love. Jumping back to the shoes, this special edition Kith and Nike collaboration released back on July 4th to celebrate Kith's first flagship store in the city of Tokyo. As such, this was a special edition release that was only available in-store in the Tokyo location, and they retailed for a price of 15,000 Japanese yen, which is equivalent to about 140 USD, or $185 Canadian. The official colorway for this shoe is simply white and university red. So first off, here's a quick look at the box, and as you can see, nothing special here. These come in your standard gray Air Force 1 boxes. As for the shoes, so the upper of these Air Force 1s is constructed using this very high quality premium white leather. As we look at the toe box, we have these perforations, which is a common trait that all Air Force 1s have. And then we have more of this white leather that wraps around the front toe cap, and it's accented with a red swoosh, which is embroidered on the lateral side. We have more of this smooth white leather running up the center of the shoe where the eyelets are, but on the mid panel of both sides of the sneaker, you'll see here the leather incorporates the Kith monogram, which is essentially this Kith box logo done in this repeating fashion. In contrast though, we have this smooth Nike swoosh, which is stitched on top. Moving further back, we have more of that smooth leather which wraps around the back heel, and then this is finished off with this modified Nike Air branding. In this case, it has Kith Air, and this is embroidered in red. For the laces, these come with your standard flat style white lace, but they do give you a secondary pair of white laces as well, these ones incorporating these metallic gold lace tips, which really adds to the whole premium and elevated feel on this sneaker. Underneath the laces, we have a full leather tongue, and at the top, instead of your traditional Air Force 1 tag, the tag on this pair is modeled after the Japanese flag, and we have the word Kith written on top instead of Nike. The interior of the shoe is lined in this red colored velvet, and then taking out the insole, these come with a standard red colored insole, but again replacing the Nike Air on the heel. In this case, we have Kith Air. So the upper of these Air Force 1s sits atop this very chunky vintage looking midsole. The entire midsole is pre-yellowed, which is a very popular trend we've been seeing in 2020. Encapsulated within this midsole but not visible to the eye, we do have Nike Airsole technology for cushioning and comfort, and then flipping the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Air Force 1 outsole. In this case, this is also done in that same vintage looking yellowed look. We have the circular traction pattern on the forefoot and Nike branding on the medial edge. So that breaks down the look of this shoe. All in all, this is a pretty simple looking sneaker, and in terms of how they fit pretty much like all my other Air Force 1s. So for most people, you can get away with going a half size down, but if you have wider feet or if you just prefer more of a roomy fit, then you can probably get away with sticking true to size as well. So this pair is a size 10, which is technically my true size. So it's absolutely perfect from a width perspective. There's a little bit extra room in the toe from a length perspective, but to me, it's not that big of a deal. So basically whatever size you normally wear for the Nike Air Force 1, I'd stick with that size for this pair. Moving on to the comfort on the shoe. So unfortunately, the Air Force 1, in my opinion at least, isn't the most comfortable Nike out there. First off, it feels pretty heavy and pretty clunky, and despite the fact that there's air cushioning within the midsole, honestly you can't feel it too much. Still, Air Force 1s are hardly worn for their comfort, and with that said, it's still not an uncomfortable shoe by any means. The leather on the upper was very soft, and I felt like there was no break-in time required, so that's a good added bonus. Last but not least, quickly touching upon the quality on this shoe. Like I said from the start, the quality on this leather was very nice. It's definitely an elevated take compared to your standard leather on your Air Force 1, and the small touches they added like the velvet liner and the Kith branding worked really well on this shoe. With all that said now, let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. Overall, I'd say that this is a very clean take by Kith. With that said though, if you guys ask me, is this worth the resale prices, which currently I think are going for over 1,000 Canadian dollars? My unbiased opinion would be, no, they're not. Unfortunately, I just think that they're a little bit too plain to be worth over 1,000 Canadian. And while the quality on the shoe was on point, I just think that there's better shoes out there that you can buy for that price point. Feel free to disagree with me though. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this Kith and Nike Air Force 1 Tokyo. What do you guys think about the design of this shoe? And if you guys managed to cop this for retail or close to retail, would this be a shoe that you would rock, or is this something that you would flip or trade down the road? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8. Check out my Twitter at sean.go and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.